for the rest of the week, let me know. But yeah, so my name is Tara. I'm with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. All of my information is down below if you want to check out my website or my Patreon, my Leon Mystery School, my Wally's World Oracle. All of those wonderful things are down below. Oh, and don't forget to check out Desert Cauldron. And so, yeah, we will dive into our weekly reading. All right. I have a special tea that I have made for today. So I decided to use it was English breakfast tea. I put a little bit of vanilla bean and red roses in it with a dash of honey. So we'll see. Ooh, that's good. All right. I have my notes here for our live chat today. I know that some people are doing a lot of family things today, so I don't expect there to be a whole lot of people in the chat today, but you know, it will be up for the replay for anybody who wants to come back and watch. Oh, thank you, Susie. I thought I would bust out, you know, nice little springy dress since it's nice and warm outside. We're in the 90s now here in Tempe, so nice warm 90 some degree weather. That's like my optimal, you know, like 86 and above. Maybe we get into the triple digits, maybe a little too warm, but you know, 90 some is cute. All right, so I'm gonna start off by casting an elemental circle. And the wand that I want to use today is a wand that I made, and it was for personal use, but I decided, I don't know, I might sell it in Desert Cauldron. You guys let me know, but yeah. Anyway, so this piece of wood here was actually from a piece of wood that I found when I was out on one of my hikes. So it comes from one of our desert plants, and I have adorned it and, you know, kind of some aura crystals and some turquoise, quartz, just little aura crystals all around it. I thought it would be cool. And then this is actually amethyst cocoxanite. And down here, I have wrapped it with a couple of found feathers. These are dove feathers from the area. So I thought it looked like a little like light blaster, like but anyway, this is what I'm going to be using for our casting of the circle today. Susie said, I did that already. We aren't big on the bunny thing, but I love the spring. I used to ask my mom, I was like, what does Jesus have to do with the Easter bunny? She's like, oh, well, you know, he has risen and the bunny brings eggs. Oh. And Easter. Anyway, but we all know it's basically a mashup of paganism. So anyway, we have our wand here. I'm going to go ahead and light our candle. I have all of the elements here, as I like to bring in all the elements when casting an elemental circle. So just a hint of that fire. And when I cast a circle, you guys don't physically have to be here with me. Energy does not know space or time. So even when people watch the replay, they are in that circle. And I'm asking that the intention of fire be for cleansing. So whether you're here with me physically or not, it's that intention that goes out there. So we have beautiful fire. We're going to follow fire up with water and some lovely moon water, full moon water to be exact. And I like to use full moon water for its releasing ability. So I would like to release any and all things that do not serve us here. So we can just kind of cleanse that area, cleanse myself too. All right. Luna, hey! How are you? And let's see. Today, actually, I would like to use my white sage bundle for air energy. So let's go ahead and clear the air with our white sage bundle. There we go. That smells so good. And then I would like to incorporate a little bit of sound. Again, just clearing the area. I love using sound because sound with its vibration just kind of breaks up the energy, you know, and then you can direct it wherever you wish it to go. Roberto is here. He says, hello, all many blessings. Same to you, my friend. All right, so we're going to use my lovely little handmade drum. So one that I made and drew my little wolf on there. City of the Shadow Seas, hey! Says, I'm going to be heading over to my boyfriend's house in like 2 or so hours. Well, we are so glad you're here, and thank you very, very much. And happy Sunday, and if you're celebrating Easter, happy Easter. All right, so let's clear up this energy here. All right. And lastly, with the wand representing earth energy, tons of earth energy here, we're going to go ahead and cast the circle starting at the north, which is off to the right of me. So asking the elementals of the north to help us in casting our circle today. Asking for the assistance of the elementals of the east in helping us to cast our circle today. Asking the assistance of the elementals of the south in casting our circle today. Asking the elementals of the west in aiding us in casting our circle today. All right, our circle is cast. Let our work begin, and so it is. All right. So let's start off our agenda with talking about the Mayan astrological messages for the week. So today, actually, we start off with Tucan. We started off with a brand new Trecena yesterday. A Trecena is 13 days according to Mayan, I guess, timekeeping. And they had 2 calendars, and the calendar that I look at for spirituality is the Tolkien calendar. The other calendar is the Hep calendar, and that more resembles our Gregorian calendar of 365 days. But today, Tucan, so 2 is all about duality, so being able to see both sides. Also thinking about the full moon in Libra that we just had. I believe now we are in Scorpio, but the full moon in Libra was all about balance and harmony. And 2 also represents that same type of energy. So you pair that with Kan, which is representative of the fisherman's net. So the connection to all things, how what you say or do, or the energy that you exude, conscious or subconsciously, how it affects your surroundings, how it affects people, how it affects the energy around you. So taking that into consideration today, you know, some people are celebrating a religious holiday, other people it's just another Sunday. But taking today, how are you affecting your surroundings? And how can you take into account other people's points of view, everybody that you come in contact with today, you know, and I know that sometimes there are people that have religious shadows, religious wounds due to upbringing. So today might be a very sensitive day for some people because it is a Christian holiday, although we have several other holidays with other religions coming up soon as well. But so if you feel triggered, let's say, by looking at things on social media where it's all about Easter and Christ is risen and things like that, and there are these shadows coming up for you, how can you work on healing those shadows so that you can shift the energy around you? How can you look at the points of view of the people that do believe in that particular holiday, or it means something different to them than it does to you? So just taking that into consideration, just taking a look at those points of view and your energy as it affects your surroundings. All right, as we meander throughout the week and we end up on Saturday of this upcoming week, we have 8 Ak. And 8 is, well, it's infinity. It is eternal. It is the energy that connects each and everything, much like Kan, but that is more of an individual affecting the surroundings, whereas 8 is the collective consciousness and how we affect this planet and this 3D existence and 4 and 5D existence as well. Ak is representative of law and justice. So when it comes to our universal laws and justice. So I'm not talking about physics. I'm talking about the collective consciousness. What is it that we all believe as one? What is it that is possible as one? And how can you incorporate that understanding into your 3D reality? So that is a powerful day for manifestation, and rebalancing some things in your 3D existence and harmonizing it with our 4, 5, and above the existence, because a lot of us are not from this planet. When we incarnated here, we incarnated from different dimensions, different planets, different streams of consciousness. So 8 Oc is a wonderful time to work on that stuff next Saturday. All right, so don't forget that all of this week we are going to be having a little bit of leftover energy from the Lord that presides over this week. I say Lord like lords and lordesses, but really they were just archetypes of energy, and they do have backstories with them. You know, the Mayans have some wonderful stories, as do all cultures, with kind of how they keep time and their understanding of the beginning of time and the end of time. So we started off with 1 Akbal yesterday. Akbal is the sunrise and the dawning. So some things that are new beginnings. So taking into consideration how things are beginning or starting, or how you would like to proceed in starting something, that will have a little bit of an air through it throughout this week. All right, going into the herb of the week. We have, no, this isn't marijuana, it's bay leaves. So bay leaves, again, I'd like to choose herbs that I hope most people around the world will have on hand. I try not to pick region specific items. So although some items are region specific, sometimes they're easier to obtain kind of all around the world. And so bay leaves, not only really good for, well, a dish that we had yesterday, we had like pasta, pasta and some pasta sauce. And when you mix this with rosemary, really delicious. So really good for cooking, but also if you're going to be doing some magical work, bay leaves are really good for that. So they do burn really well. So if I wanted to, with my little candle here, which I won't because I don't want to make a mess at this moment, maybe I'll do it at the altar, you can write your intention. What is something that you would like to have manifest? And hey, Michelle! And thinking about our beginning of the week yesterday, our Tresena with Akbal, which is all new beginnings, something that you want to start, something that you want to see happen. You can write that onto a bay leaf, burn it, so that that energy goes out into the universe. Now, it doesn't mean for the universe to take the reins and you're just going to sit back and be like, okay, I put my manifestation out there. It's going to happen. Hey, Kayla. But more like, that is something that I would like to have happen. I put it out there to the universe. Now it's my job to do all that I can, any sort of healing, removing blockages, so that I can make it that much easier for me to work in conjunction with the universe and, you know, source energy, as you are a part of source energy, so that I can make that particular thing happen. So bay leaf is really good for that. Also, it's a visual for your human self to say, hey, I see my intention like going off into the ethers in smoke. So it's a good psychological thing as well for the human self. Let's see, let's go here. So many awesome things and so many awesome people in the chat today. Roberto said, I would love to have an open conversation about the differences between religions and spiritual awareness. That, you know what? That's a good idea. I think that would be, like, if I had some other people on and like we had kind of like a chat of like 3-4 people, I think that would be really cool. And then of course having the chat of like you guys in it as well, but I mean like a video chat. But that's a really good idea, and I would love to talk about that and actually pick other people's minds. So that is a good topic. Let's see, Susie said if you put them in flour they keep out critters. That too. Roberto said that would be refreshing and awesome. All right, so yeah, well, when I look at the replay, which I do sometimes, to hear my own messages, because sometimes they just like come out and then I'll definitely write it down because I like that. That is a good topic. All right, so anyway, bay leaves, you guys, maybe use it for cooking this week. maybe use it for some manifestation. Just write those intentions, those wishes, those things that you want to see begin this week. Just write it on here and burn it. I love fire, so I look for reasons to burn things. Anyway, let's go back to my tea and we'll dive into our 7-day forecast. So let me show you the decks that I'm going to be working with. And thank you to all the people who have donated to PayPal Me or Patreon or the super stickers and the super chats, so that I could, do the things that I do here. And some of those things are getting decks that you guys enjoy so that I can, pull the messages. So I have the Tarot Cats. We're going to use that for our 7-day forecast, paired with my Wally's World Oracle. And so this was something that was funded on Kickstarter several years ago. If you are interested in my Wally's World, the link is down below. All right, I also have a newer deck, and that is the Oracle of Roses. That'll be beautiful for the springtime. And I'm borrowing a deck, although I already have this deck. And this is the Druid Craft Tarot, and I'm borrowing this from James. This is his trimmed version, whereas I have the untrimmed version. And I don't know, I like his brown edging and everything, so I'm going to borrow James's deck. And I have the Wicked Egg Oracle, and finally, this is a request from James to bust out my Food Fortunes Tarot. So, love this deck, quirky, awesome. It's sort of tarot, more oracle, but it's fun. Okay, Susie has the kitty love. All right. So let's go ahead and pull those cards then for our 7-day forecast. Afterwards, we'll go into an elemental forecast, so stay tuned. You'll be able to let me know if you are a fire sign, water sign, earth sign, air sign when it comes to your sun, moon, and rising in your Western astrology or in your Mayan astrology chart. For me, I'm all fire in Mayan astrology, but in Western astrology, I'm mostly air. Then we'll go into our special question. We have a viewers poll, which I have a couple of questions that you guys can vote on. We'll go into our healing. And then anybody who would like to do a super chat or super sticker, I'll do a 1-card draw for you specifically at the end of this live broadcast. And then we'll close up our circle and I'll do my gratitudes. All right. So this special question, by the way, when we get to it, there was one that was just kind of like blown out of the water, and it was one that also my patrons had voted on, but there was a couple Patreon had voted on, but the one that won, they also voted on that one too. So all right, so let's go into the 7-day forecast. So I'm going to start off with the Tarot Cats here by Bunny D, and I love to follow her on the Instagrams. Follow, stalk, adore, admire. I love her art, and I love her kitty cats. Okay, so let's pull some cards for today. And Monday, tomorrow, bet your bottom that tomorrow there will be sun. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, it's only a day away. Why a little orphan Annie just popped into my head? I don't know. Maybe that's a message for somebody. Okay, let's go into Wednesday. Let me just readjust myself right here. Ugh, okay, just so there's more room. All right, Thursday, Friday, and last but not least, Saturday, when we end on 8 o'clock in Mayan astrology. Saturday, blessing and a block. Okay, I'll put these back in their box, and And I'm gonna bust out Wally's World just for an overall theme for the week. Okay, place that there. All right, move these off to the side, and we'll have another sip of tea before we get into it. And again, if you guys are wondering what tea this is English breakfast tea with red rose petals, and a snip of vanilla bean and a little bit of honey. Very rich and very nice. Okay. Let's see. Susie said I fangirl too. Sheldon, hey, says happy Easter, everyone. And Shadow C said, my sun is air, my moon is water, my rising is fire in Western astrology. And thank you again so much. Roberto said, it sounds delicious. It is quite good, and it's pretty easy to make. So, if you have some roses laying around, just, dry the rose petals. Probably dried rose petals is better. But I have some leftover red rose petals from my roses back in San Diego, so I thought I'd bust those out. And I don't normally bust out English breakfast tea because I like green tea more than I like black tea, but I figured if I mixed it with a little bit of honey and a little bit of vanilla and rose petal, then, should temper that just a little bit. Okay, so let's take a look at what Wally Walito has to say for the theme. Shadow C says, I'm drinking a second cup of chai and hibiscus combo tea. That sounds amazing. Chai tea is one of my favorite teas. That next to Earl Grey. I know that's a black tea, but Captain Picard, that's his favorite tea, and you got to drink what the captain drinks. So. Anyway, the card that we have here, this is a wonderful image that was taken by one of our community members, Cosmic Creeper, and this is in the Royal Botanical Gardens out in the UK. So it's a wonderful old tree. Okay, so the theme that I'm getting for this week is all about wisdom in its many forms. Oftentimes we talk about looking to our elders, looking to our ancestors for wisdom, for knowledge. And the reasoning behind that is we figure that somebody, if they've been on this earth for a particular amount of time, then perhaps they've learned some lessons. They've seen a lot of things. They understand the world a little bit differently. And of course, it's wonderful to gain that perspective. But also, don't forget about the people that have been on this earth perhaps less time than you have been on this earth. They also have a very unique perspective, and there is a wisdom to them as well. And that was something that, I had been a high school teacher for quite a while, like well over a decade. And as I got further into my teaching career, at first when I first started teaching, it was like, oh, well, I went to college and like I learned all of this stuff and I'm here to teach you guys. But the longer I was in the profession, it was like I was learning so much from my students. And I know that sounds cliche, but I was. They had so many different backgrounds and so many different experiences that I had never had. And so I was very focused on, in the classroom, having them share their experiences without judgment. I didn't want any sort of heckling or anything like that, or those kids were out of the classroom. I wanted it to be a safe space, kind of like I do now here on YouTube. Is I kind of run it like I used to run my classroom, where everybody is allowed to voice their opinion free of judgment of others. Everybody can have a different opinion, yes, but not to silence somebody else's opinion just because you don't agree with it. Everybody has something interesting to say. Everybody has a different perspective, background, and it should be shared so that we can kind of put that through our own experiences. And how can I take that with me now? Does this change my point of view on anything? So this entire week is all about looking at the wisdom of not only our elders, but those who are younger than us, and those that are, perhaps the same age as us, because everybody has experiences. It doesn't really matter your age. So just kind of keeping that in mind this week. Okay, let's see. Going back here, Susie is having watermelon kombucha. I know, Tara, I think you said it's too sour, but I love it. Yeah, kombucha, it's okay, but I'll take watermelon. I spend way too much on my kombucha habit, and I tried brewing it, but it takes forever. You know, my best friend out in Belgium, she was actually making some in her closet, and I was like, "You're making kombucha in your closet?" So yeah, it does take a while, as I've heard. Shadow C says, "I'm an old soul." Yeah, definitely. I mean, and we're not just, on this 3D plane and then that's it. We do have a soul that's also have had, experiences and things like that. So we bring a lot to the table, not only our physical time here on earth in this incarnation, but we also bring our soul knowledge as well. So please keep that in mind during any sort of interaction this week. Please don't dismiss somebody because of their 3D age. Everybody has something to share and it is valuable. So take it in. All right, so let's take a look at today. An opportunity that we have for today is temperance. All right, and then I was talking about today's Mayan astrological message being tu kan and tu all about duality, being able to look at both sides and also how you may affect things with your own energy, beliefs, and things of that nature. All the things that we were just talking about that we bring to the table. So an opportunity today is being able to pause, reflect on how am I affecting this situation? What am I bringing to the table in this particular situation? And you have the ability to change it because you have the ability to shift your energy. But that means being aware of what's going on subconsciously as well. So please make sure that you take a look in. Yes, I'm talking to myself as well. So take a look on the inside, kind of see what's going on. And how is this affecting my outer reality today, tomorrow, and the day after, so on and so forth. But, especially for today, we have the opportunity to pause and reflect on that and possibly change today, the mood of today, the energy of today. All right. A possible block that we could run into, though, for today is the Ten of Swords. So it could be, since I know today is a Christian holiday, Catholic holiday, that, like I was saying before, some people feel triggered by it because there are some unhealed wounds as it pertains to organized religion or Christianity or whatever other specific religion. So as we are looking into today, if there's something that comes up for you, like, oh, I don't understand those people, or like those, as if they're so separate from us. Really, we're all connected. Those people, or I don't want to deal with it, or this just brings up so many things that I don't even want to deal with today. I'm just going to do something completely opposite and different, almost as if just to be rebellious. So in which case we lose the opportunity to shift and change our mood and the energy around us. Perhaps we can look in and say, you know what? A lot of this agitation, anxiety, anger is really coming from a place of some unhealed trauma. I would like to work on those traumas because I don't want to feel like this every time, a particular holiday or, a particular religion presents itself. I don't want to feel like this over and over and over again. It does me no good. So, you could take today and say, you know what, I'm going to work on those today. What happened to me in the past is not a reflection on the people that are around me. They were not the ones that did anything to me. So working on those things, shifting the day, you might find out that you will have an absolutely wonderful day. But all it is just kind of taking a look at why you might feel a particular way and trying to see if there's any sort of projection going on. Let's see. Susie said, right on. Swords, watch your words. I realize our language reveals a lot. I have been decoding words lately. Yep, I'm weird. No, not weird actually, because I had a book where it was all about decoding language and also being careful with how you word things. Like you could say the exact same thing, but just like wording it differently shifted your energy and the energy around you. I thought it's fabulous reading. So if you guys are interested, definitely look up some books about word decoding and decoding your sentences. It's just, I mean, maybe as an English nerd, like I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've read a couple of books on that, and I think it's fabulous. Okay, going into tomorrow, let's look into a possible block we could have for tomorrow on Monday. We have the Two of Wands. And what I'm getting with this is overwhelm. Looking at Monday, looking at what you have to do on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and oh my gosh, and then will I even have time for a weekend because I have to do da 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 da. So all of a sudden it becomes not just Monday, but you're trying to take on the entire week in one day because you're like looking at your calendar like, oh, like what is going on? So if you're feeling very overwhelmed on Monday, as you look through your entire week, that's when you need to do a little woosah, come back to the present. Tuesday has not yet happened, nor has Wednesday, nor has any other day. I mean, technically, if you want to talk time, then there's a completely different answer for that. But come back to the present moment that you're in right now, which is just Monday, and not the entirety of Monday, just at that moment, at that time. What do you have to do right now? And that's all we can focus on for right now. Okay, so try to avoid overwhelm by bringing yourself back to the present. Okay, an opportunity that we have for Monday. Roberto said, it's the Gemini in us. I read a book on sharpen my words with humor. Ooh, I'm gonna look into that too. Anything having to do with like words and word manipulation and having fun with sentences, I'm here for it. All right, opportunity for tomorrow. We have the 8 of Cups. All right. What I'm getting for this one is, as you see this little kitty kind of looking outside, kind of upset, like, I want to be out there and playing, but my owner has me staying indoors today, like, But you have a wonderful opportunity to be removed from a particular situation. Sometimes, hello Geminis, drama is intriguing. For the most part, a lot of signs don't want to be in the drama. Yes, I know there are astrological signs that love to be in the drama. I know that from me being a Gemini, I like to know about the drama. I want to know everything about the drama, but I really don't want to be in your drama. I want to be an observer. I want to be like, ooh, and then what did he say? And what did she, interesting. I like to just be the observer. And so take that opportunity. If you feel that you're being removed from a particular situation, and you're like, ooh, I want to be in it. I want to be in it. Well, this is a wonderful time where you're not in it, but you are able to clearly observe both sides and see how one person affects the other person. How are they bouncing off of each other? How are their words and their energy kind of directing the conversation as one gets more hot and more angry. Notice how the other one gets more hot and angry. Notice how they're just kind of bouncing off of each other, and take that as a learning experience just about drama in general. But you get to look at it as an observer. So instead of being like, dude, I so want to be in it too. No, well, this time you get to just kind of observe how all that plays out and kind of think about yourself. When I'm in those particular situations, is that how I'm affecting things too, just with my words and my energy, my look? Are you glaring at people? And is it silly for these people to be fighting in the first place? And you may find out that that's, wow, like in the moment, like some people are like, oh, but then you look on it and you're like, wow, that was really, really ridiculous. So you have an opportunity to be that outside observer. Observe the drama. You don't need to be in the drama. Let's see, Susie's laughing over there. Roberto too. Shadow Seas, thank you. Says, I say pet parent instead of owner. My sun is Aquarius, my moon is Scorpio, and my rising is Leo. Yes, pet parent instead of owner. Or for baby mama, for baby papa, your fur babies. Definitely. So yeah, if you feel that, you're somehow like being dissed because you're being removed from a particular situation. Take that as an opportunity to actually see the situation play out from afar. So that'll definitely be a learning experience and perhaps give you a different point of view of next time when you're actually in the drama. Save the drama for your mama. All right, on Tuesday, let's take a look at a particular block, and we have the Five of Wands. All right, to me, this is not actually a block, but an opportunity. Well, blocks are opportunities anyway, but so as I was talking about for Monday, you're being removed from a particular situation. You're able to see something unfold between two groups of people, perhaps two friends, perhaps it's, I don't know, some drama going on social media, perhaps it's like the news drama. Maybe people are talking about the whole, like, are they still talking about the whole Chris Rock and like Will Smith thing? I don't know. Whatever people are still talking about. You're just, able as an observer to kind of watch this all unfold and see what people are saying. Now, did you take in any information to learn? Did you learn anything about yourself? Because on Tuesday, the following day, it's almost as if, okay, well, here's a little, I hate to say test, but here's an exercise for you. Now you will be presented with some quote unquote drama, whether it's in person, on social media, in the news, and you're just yelling at the television, whatever it may be. Are you going to take into account everything that you saw during yesterday's, argument and bringing it into now? Have I learned something? How am I more aware of how my words are affecting the situation, or how my energy is affecting the situation? Am I being sucked into somebody else's energy because I've dropped my boundaries, I've dropped my shields? So this is a wonderful opportunity. I see it as, a block, of course, because we could block ourselves and be like just in it, and we've totally like forgotten everything that we learned from the day before. But also it's an opportunity for us to grow, because it's like, oh my gosh, drama just happened yesterday. Now I'm in the drama. This is where I can try out some things that I've learned. Okay. Shadow C says, I'm an empath on top of clairaudient, physical medium. I don't like drama much. I hear you. I hear you. And thank you, by the way. But yes, I like to know about it. I just don't want to be in it. All right, Tuesday for our opportunity. Like I said, that Five of Wands was also kind of an opportunity. It's like a blocky opportunity. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So we have an opportunity to really ground ourselves and protect our energy as well. Making sure that your shields are up, your energetic shields, your boundaries. All right, Susie, we'll see you in a bit. And kind of carrying that with you throughout the day. So if you're keeping yourself grounded, you're very aware of your energy. You are aware of your shields. I say, your shields, I always, put up like some sort of energetic shield, for my energy as I move about, the day. And just becoming very aware when you're in that, you're aware of how other people, and their energy is, do they have their shields up? Do they have their boundaries up? Are they looking for a fight? Are they looking for drama? And if you're not coming from a grounded place, it's very easy to get caught up in somebody else's whirlwind energy. Somebody will try to say certain things, again, whether they're face to face with you or you're just reading something on, the internet or watching something on the news, which news. Have they done something to trigger you, to get you kind of off your axis so that you could just like fall into their argument? It's very easy to do that, which is why you have the opportunity to be grounded so that you're not taken for a ride in somebody else's drama-rama. All right. Let's see, going back here. Shadow C says, have some mac and cheese with some spicy queso. You know what? We have some mac and cheese. Perhaps we'll have some for dinner. You have sparked my mac and cheese appetite. And Susie's like, oh, that was quick. Well, welcome back. Okay, so going on into Wednesday, a particular block that we may come across on Wednesday, we have the Five of Pentacles. A lot of like ups and downs. And by the way, it was a 5 the day before in the blocked position. It was the 5 of Wands. I almost said the 5 of Wands. Anyway, so in Mayan astrology, I know that there's numerology and different cultures have different explanations or definitions for certain numerology, certain numbers. In Mayan numerology, the number 5 is all about speed and quickness, doing things sometimes too fast or recklessly. Sometimes it is good to do things quickly, but sometimes without thinking, you can find yourself in a pretty bad situation. And so the 5 of Wands that we had for the day before, if you jump into somebody else's drama kind of without thinking, without looking at your groundedness, without looking at your boundaries, without looking at your energetic shields, it's easy to just dive into somebody else's junk and like be a part of it and just, you know, all chaos ensues. And then we come up with a 5 again the following day in the blocked position. Again, more speed and quickness, and this time with a Pentacles. So I'm seeing something, okay, this is not going to pertain to everybody, but you know, I just throw the messages out there because it'll be for somebody. Some people, when they come across particular uncomfortable situations, there are the people that do the fight or flight. You know, either some people are like, oh yeah, you want to talk to me in my face, you know. So there are people that will just go into it. There are people that will just like hightail it the other way. They don't even want to deal with it. There are other people that deal with things by throwing money at it. You don't have to be a millionaire to try and throw money at things. But just be careful of trying to resolve a situation with material items, with cash, or just with stuff. You know, if somebody's angry with you, sometimes it's like, oh, well, I feel guilty because they're angry with me. Maybe it'll make them happy if I go and buy them something. I go take them out to dinner or something like that. So just be wary with how you react when presented with conflict. Do you run the other direction? Are you somebody that likes to get into somebody's face? Are you somebody who would like to do things kind of roundabout where, how about I just, you know, buy this for this person? Look, I gave you a gift. We're good now, right? You know, so it's a way for making the money or the thing or the food speak for you instead of you guys sitting down and having an actual conversation. So just, like I said, this is not for everybody, but I just felt like I had to put that out there for some folks. Okay. Let's see. Susie said, I love that when you do that, definitely could be a comedian. Well, thank you. All right. So, an opportunity that you could have, the Page of Cups. All right. So, and I do feel that these are playing off of each other. If you can pause and see, okay, I'm presented with a conflict right now. Either I'm going to get into their face, but how's that really going to benefit me or them? It's really just going to be an argument that goes on forever. Yeah, maybe somebody gets hurt. Or I run the other direction, but that really doesn't solve the issue either and really doesn't benefit the other person, nor does it benefit me. Or I could throw money at it, but that really doesn't benefit anybody either. So if you can take these things into consideration and decide what would be best for the other person involved, for you, for the energy of the situation, you know, for your own well-being and everything, then try and go towards that, even if it's uncomfortable, but you know that it's what's best. Hence, listening to the heart, listening to your higher self. By doing that, you're presented now with an opportunity where it's like, okay, so you're growing. This is great. You know, you made a little step forward. So now, if you're looking to maybe manifest things in the emotional department, because this all has to deal with emotions, being riled up by other people's emotions, their energy. Well, emotions are energy. Everything about us is energy. So if we can work our energy in a particular way for a positive outcome of a situation, or something that at least was for our best and highest good and the best and highest good of the situation, instead of running from it, instead of fighting it, instead of throwing money at it or whatever, now we have grown in terms of our energetic emotions. And now we're being presented with something where a block is being removed in terms of our emotional manifestation. Some people are trying to manifest romance or love or friendship, anything having to do with the emotions. There, that block is now being removed because you are working on your emotions, your energy with those emotions. So I do see that being an actually large opportunity for a lot of us, and I hope that's coming out correctly. I don't know how else to put that, but it's like I see it a certain way in my mind. So I hope you guys are getting that. Shadow Seas says, I leave the person that got angry with me cool off before apologizing. So yeah, there's that too. You know, there are people that say, you know what, I need to take a break from the situation. It's a little hostile right now, but then they come back. And when everybody seems cool and collected, then people can come back and have a conversation. That's wonderful as well. But then there are the people that just take off, but they never come back, and there is no revisiting of the situation. So I do love that, Shadow Seas, that you come back, you know, when everybody is of a much clearer mind to come and resolve that situation. Susie's like, abundance. All right, so going into Thursday, let's see, let's go into a block for Thursday. So we have the Four of Swords. So we actually started off with the Ten of Swords as a block for today. You see here. And then we're going into another swords type energy, this Four of Swords here. And with this one I see is when, I guess like Shadow Seas was saying, you know, sometimes when there's an issue, some of us may leave in the moment, let everybody cool off, and then we come back and we have a civil conversation about it. It's good to do that because if things are left unresolved, they tend to play over and over and over in our mind, draining our energy, draining our just day, you know, on something that we need to really go back and resolve. When we don't go and resolve things or speak our mind, you know, open up that throat chakra, open up that heart chakra, then a lot of our energy is spent in this like stuck, like the hamster fell off the wheel kind of thing of like, what could have been, what could have been, what could have been. Well, then let's go revisit it so we can get this off of our minds. So that's a particular block, is getting stuck in that, well, what if they're still thinking this, and you know, and well, just go talk to them. You know, now everybody should have had a chance to cool down. So now let's talk about this like adults. Maybe we won't see eye to eye, but at least you get to voice from your heart and from your throat chakra how you feel, and the other person gets to do so as well. So open up those little ear chakras, you know, and really take in the information. And when you do so, you notice that your energy affects them, their energy affects you. You notice that maybe they will also open up and listen. So try not to get stuck in that, well, they could be doing this and they could be doing that, and oh my gosh, I should have done this, I should have done that. Just, this is where we need to take proactive steps towards resolving this situation. Shadow says, I listen to my empath nature and have started recognizing when I'm feeling the other person's emotions and when it's my own. And that is fabulous. And I think that's something that's very hard for a lot of people, you know, especially when you're in the drama. You know, we take on other people's energy, and sometimes it's so subconscious, like you think that that's your energy. So it's very hard for people to differentiate, but that's awesome that you're taking steps towards understanding that, you know, and I think that we could all use that understanding as well. Okay, a particular opportunity for Thursday is the Page of Pentacles. All right. So when we free our mind up from the little dramas in life, and we can take that now unspent energy and put it towards manifestations, love, things that we love to do, you know, putting good out into the world, you know, opening up our heart and all of these things. You notice that in the 3D reality, because you're doing things in the energetic realm, in the 3D realm, it seems like opportunities are now just coming to you, and you're like, oh wow, and it's like, what have I been doing? Is it something that I did at the altar? It could be a combination, things that you guys are doing at the altar, but also the shift in energy that you guys have been doing, you know, towards your attitude towards things, working on the throat chakra, working on listening, working on opening up your heart. You notice that it's like money's just coming in, sales are coming in, work is going well, things just kind of show up for you. Found $5 on the ground, awesome. Uh, you know, those types of things. So there's an opportunity for stuff to manifest for you, but really it's just because of an energy shift, a mindset shift. You're no longer worrying about a particular drama because you went and resolved that drama, or at least you got to get what was on your mind out, and the other person listened and you listened to the other person. So now that energy is freed up so that you can bring in some of that 3D abundance. Okay, so going on into Friday, a particular block we may have is the Justice card here. All right. What I'm getting with this one is taking justice to the extreme. So being very judgmental, as in judge, jury, and executioner of how another person sees things or views things, how they live their lives and what they do. And remember what I said at the very beginning about this card being able to learn from people, whether they are younger than us or older than us. Everybody has experience in some realm that is different than yours. Even their age experience is different than yours. You know, I don't have the same experience as a 10-year-old in this day and age. I don't have the same experience as a 100-year-old in this day and age. You know, so it behooves me to listen to them and to take into account their experiences. When we decide that you're better than somebody, or that person so doesn't have their life together, or they're only 5 years old, what do they know? Or they're so old, they probably don't have their mind or their wits about them. They don't know anything. You know, when we get into that very narrow-minded, boxed up world, we become very judgmental of anybody who doesn't look, sound, act like us. And that's where we have conflict and issues. So just be wary of where you may put up blocks because of maybe I don't agree with them, they're not from the same, you know, even place that I came from, they didn't have the same upbringing as me, so I'm not even going to listen to them. You know, so it becomes this very like, no, I already know the answer, I don't need your help, you know, kind of thing. So just be careful with that. I know that you know, a lot of us here are very, you know, tolerant. We always talk about having tolerance and things like that. But sometimes, you know, and it's a very human thing, sometimes we just block out people or situations just because of how they look, how they act. Even let's say certain presidents, you know, you bring up politics and all of a sudden a lot of people who are very love and light become very like, no, if you don't believe in my president or something like that, or you used to like that guy, therefore you're all of a sudden you're making judgments on a person based on a politician they may or may not have voted for. And, you know, so just keep all that stuff in mind, you guys. You know, before we get so hasty. Let's see. Silver Star, hey, how are you? Said, hey loves, I'm listening just at work. I hope you have a fabulous time at work. Susie said, another Gemini trait. Tara, you talk with your hands. I do that too. Dude, you know what? I've tried putting my hands in my pockets and talking, and my brain doesn't function. I'm like, so it's like my hands help me to talk. Oh, yay, everybody's saying hello. Susie said, I love it. It makes me think of, you guys seen Talladega Nights, right? A story of Ricky Bobby, where he's just like in front of the camera. I don't know what to do with my hands. Okay, possible opportunity on Friday. We have the Ace of Wands. Ooh, you know what I just got with this one? Okay, well, okay, I'm just gonna say it. So everybody here is over 18 years old. Friday is a chance to exude your frisky side. So whether you are attached or unattached, which just sounds like, I don't know, I hate saying attached or unattached. Sounds like you have a tumor. Whether you are with somebody, dating around, or not with somebody at all, Friday is a great day to get frisky. Perhaps with yourself, perhaps with another. Who knows? You guys got to tap into that root and sacral chakra sometimes, you know. I mean, you know, you're human. Go have yourselves a good time. You'll have a wonderful opportunity for that, however that opportunity presents itself. I'm just saying the energy will be in the air for you guys to have a good time. Wink, wink. All right. Let's see here. Everybody's just cracking up. Okay, so finally going into the final block for the week, a possible block, you know, because as we make a multitude of decisions, you know, our days kind of go all over the place. Kat, hey, how are you? From Abercat. Says, hi everyone, I'm late, but I'll catch the replay. Whoop, whoop, frisky. I know, you guys just, you know, have yourselves a good time on Friday. Shadow C says, the wand on the card we just had reminds me of the wand I've made. Well, that's fabulous. That's awesome. Actually, it kind of reminds me of the wand that I brought in for you guys today with the feathers. Like, that's kind of cool too. But also frisky. So, very, very phallic. Okay, so going into, oh, Liesl is here as well. This is evening all. Hello, hello. All right, possible block for Saturday. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so there might be something some of us, and this is always just some of us, sometimes not all of us, might be banking on. Like, you guys have been working on something and you're hoping that it comes to a conclusion by a particular day. Like, let's say you are getting funds together to buy something, or there's a close of a sale on a particular day, and you're just kind of hoping that everything kind of works out for you and everything falls into place. I kind of see things as a not falling into place on Saturday. You know, whoever's waiting for, you know, some particular thing to close or come to a close. I keep seeing like business deals, you know, more like transactions and things like that. People making up their mind, you know, those who are real estate agents, you know, kind of waiting for that, let's say, offer to go through, or, you know, something like that. But I see there being an issue with all of that coming to a close or going through on Saturday. This doesn't mean it won't go through, like, you know, in the future, just perhaps not right now, in which case there is other things that you can do to work on it, instead of focusing all your energy on, man, it didn't line up the way I wanted it to, it didn't go through, and just getting stuck in that energy of, it didn't go through, it's not working out, it didn't go through. It's like, okay, well, yeah, it didn't work out, it didn't go through, so now what are you going to do? What can you do from here? Instead of getting stuck in the everything is against me, why? I thought I lined up my eggs just like they needed to be and put them all in one basket. You know, so this is just an opportunity to do a little bit of a workaround. Okay, so you're gonna have to get really creative, maybe do some lateral thinking when it comes to how you're going to resolve the situation, or go about moving forward, instead of just getting stuck in this loop of, it didn't work out, oh my God, what am I going to do, we need to get out of that. And I've seen that kind of in our cards throughout this week, is that there is a possibility of us getting stuck in loops of energy, of mindsets, and this is all about freeing ourselves. Okay, so possible opportunity, we have the Star card. All right, so this is the opportunity to, when things don't work out, that's when we really need to listen to our intuition. We really need to dive into what our higher self is saying. It's like, usually when things are good, it's like, well, why, you know, things are going good. We don't usually like continue to tap into our higher selves and, you know, our hearts and stuff like that, because it's like, oh, everything's just going well, yay, and you're just like in all kinds of bliss. But when things don't work out, that's when we really need to stop, and instead of being caught in this cycle, All right, higher self. All right, heart. What do I do now? Because my ego self is saying to just stick my head in a hole. And I know that's not going to benefit me. What am I supposed to do from here? What is my next step from here? What is my next energetic step? What is my next thought from here? What is my next physical step from here? You have a wonderful opportunity to do that because of the block. So again, gaining a greater connection with your higher self. And those greater connections come oftentimes when we are faced with blockages. All right. Yay, everybody saying hello. Lisa said, was great seeing you during the week, Susie. Yay. So cool. All right, so those are all our messages for the week, but I want to dive into our elemental forecast. So let me readjust again here. All right, so you guys, let me know, what is your sun, moon, and rising signs as they pertain to the elements? So where are my earth signs at? Where are my air signs at? My water signs, my fire signs? Where are you guys at? Where is it in your chart? Those of you that maybe are other Mayan astrologers out there, what is your chart mainly, or it would be your destiny chart. What is the element of that chart? I am fire. Okay, so for this, I would like to use my new Oracle of Roses deck by Sherilyn Darcy. So I'll pull probably for my fire signs first. We'll go fire, water, earth, air. Yeah, fire, water, earth, and air. All right, so it looks like we have an earth sign in here. And I know that there are some fire signs in here. Like I said, I have mostly air in my Western astrology chart, but in Mayan astrology, it is fire. I guess you put fire and air together, you have a really bad fire. Susie is air and earth. Silver Star is Aries, Sun, Capricorn, Moon, and oops, it disappeared, rising in Taurus. All right. So lots of different components there. Shadow Seas, air, water, and fire. By the way, this tea is still delicious. All right. So these are the backs of the cards, and it has a wonderful, like a fuchsia red gilded edging, which I think is really cool. All right. So let's go with our fire signs first. So this is an extra message for you for the week. All right, fire signs, wherever the placement fire is in your chart, wherever you be lighting fires. I know that I have Leo in my north node, so I do have a little bit of fire there in my Western astrology chart. James actually has Leo as his rising sign. Let's see. Fire. Fire. Okay. All right. So in this deck, number one, I love it. It's got a rose petal finish. The cardstock's really thick. It's really nice. I'll do perhaps a deck review for you guys. But this is a lion rose, and it's an archetype deck. So kind of like the major arcana. So this one is called the Citizen. And for some reason, I was thinking of the movie Citizen Kane. Anyway, okay, the Citizen, and this is for my fire signs. Let me sit with this for just a second. Okay, right away, I got it. Okay, my fire signs. Even if you're not a fire sun sign, stellium in Gemini, even if you guys aren't, like I said, a sun sign that's a fire sign, not all of us are like leading the charge when it comes to conversations, but sometimes we want to steer particular outcomes a particular way, or lead things a particular way in our own way, depending on the placement of the fire in your chart. But in this case, for this week, it would behoove you guys to take a more reserved or stand back approach to situations, almost being the citizen, kind of looking at what's going on, kind of like I mentioned before with the Eight of Cups on Monday. So, instead of taking quick action on things, and oftentimes that's good sometimes, but sometimes it's good for us to take a step back and just kind of see how things unfold, take it in, decide what we're going to do with that knowledge. How does that sit with us? What does my higher self say? And then take action. So all my little fire signs out there, please pause before you act. Like really, really pause before you act, because there's going to be, like I said, we already had a few fives throughout the week, which means there's going to be a lot of rushing energy. And actually we're going to have a five. Let's see, today's 2, 3, 4, 5, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we're going to have a lot of that swift energy according to Mayan astrology. So try not to get swept away. Try to temper your fire just a little bit. Bring yourself out of a particular situation. Just try to monitor the situation before acting. So this is where you need to take a more step back approach. Let's see. Susie said, only one placement of fire in my chart. Definitely a lover, not a fighter. Susie said, fire is actually really good in a chart. Wish I had some. I have a little bit. Okay, so that is for our fire signs. Let's go to our water signs, wherever water is placed in your chart. And I actually have water in my rising sign, which is Scorpio. Let's see here. Water signs, water signs. And I have a little bit of water elsewhere in my chart. I have Cancer in a couple of places. Hence why sometimes I get overly emotional with my dualistic Gemini self. Okay, water. All right, we have the Sensualist, and this is a La France rose. Lisa said rising sign is water. Shadow sees, for Western astrology, where are the nodes placed? For me, North Node is Leo, and my South Node, I believe, is Aquarius. I believe. I have one of those like apps that kind of like shows you your birth chart, so I can lazily just look at it. But Susie's like, that's a huge topic. Yeah, Susie would know like a lot about that stuff when it comes to the Western astrology. Oh, the sixth axis. Oh my goodness, that is a big topic. All right, so for our water signs, the Sensualist this week. All right. Okay, so not only was I hearing, you know, some Marvin Gaye playing as I pulled out that Ace of Wands for Friday opportunity, you know, so probably mostly an opportunity for our water signs, but also allowing yourself to feel into particular situations without allowing confusion of energy. Kind of like what Shadow Sees was saying before about going into a situation as an empath or perhaps water sign, lots of feeling in there, and it gets so muddled and mixed up, you don't know what's your emotions and what's their emotions. So here with the Sensualist, don't hold back from feeling into situations, don't hold back your emotions, but just make sure that you're very clear on where your emotions begin and end and where somebody else's emotions begin and end. You know, they may get a little bit mixed, but you're still very aware of their energy and your own energy. So keep yourself nice and grounded, water signs, please, as you're spreading water all over the place. But to just be cognizant of your boundaries, your energy, your shields that you put up on a daily basis. All right? Okay. And also, you know, if you want to get sexy, that's up to you. Perhaps even mostly on Friday. All right. So then let's go into our earth signs. All right, earth babies. Earth babies. Okay. Ooh. Earth babies. We have a Moyas rose, the priest. All right. What I'm getting here again from, there was a particular card I think is for you guys. Oh yes, it was the Queen of Wands that I had, or sorry, not Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles that I had picked up earlier for Tuesday, a Tuesday opportunity. Earth, Sun, yay! Susie said Aries, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Aquarius, Pisces, Virgo, almost forgot, Gemini, Sagittarius. And the houses will matter. Yes, oh my gosh, there's like so much to Western astrology. Well, actually to astrology in general, kind of depending on where you are in the world. So it is a fabulous, fabulous, very interesting topic. And I have so many books that are in storage that I can't wait one day when they're out of storage and I can revisit some of my astrology books. All right. So for my earth signs with the priest here, I was getting to the Pentacles, earth signs. Anyway, I was joking my own brain. If you can really work on your strength, which is grounding yourself, because you are connected to that earth energy, no matter where it is in your chart, and how you ground yourself, you're better able to, and this is kind of also going off of the same message that I had for my fire signs. If you can take a step back from a particular situation, so this might be for a lot of us, actually, all of us, look at what's going on and learn from it. Not every situation is exactly the same. Sometimes people argue about the same thing, but the arguments are always a little bit different. The energy is always a little bit different. Sometimes it's a little bit more angry, sometimes it's a little bit more calm. So take this time to really study and understand what happens when two groups, two people, whatever, come together. There is a learning experience in understanding the magic and the charge that is in words, that is in energy, that is in attitude, is in coming to the table or not coming to the table. There is a lot to learn from that. So my earth signs, ground yourselves and take a little bit of a step back and really, really observe what is going on and understand that not every situation, even though the subject matter may be the same, how people come together will never be exactly the same. And there's a lot to learn from that and see what the pros are, what the cons are in, particular exchange of conversation. So a lot to learn there, my earth signs. So again, just like my fire signs, take a little bit of a step back. Let's see. Shadow C says my chart is node 7 Aquarius, node 5 Scorpio, node 1 Leo. And Susie said Leo Aquarius is all about pride and humanitarian struggles and even being in the spotlight. Ooh. And Susie said a powerful placement, shine, helps humanity. Well, well, well. All right. Finally, let's go into our earth signs. Earth signs. Air signs. All right. That's me. So I have air in my sun, air in my moon, air all over the chart. All right. Air sign, air sign, air sign. Extra message for this week. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Well, air signs, you guys know that, especially Geminis, you're very communicative. So let's break that down to one card. Okay, here we go. We have an Austrian briar rose, the rebel. All right, air signs. So, okay. It's like all the messages come at once, and I'm trying to like consolidate it into something that is coherent so you guys understand. All right, air signs. I'm getting that people, friends, family, people that sort of know you, maybe even acquaintances, expect you to act a particular way in particular situations. They expect you to always do this or always do that. Sometimes it could be a good thing, sometimes a bad thing. We get stuck in our routines. We can always be counted on for acting this way or going to this place on a Friday. People expect certain things from us, either our routines or our routine in attitudes or just how we are in general, our personality. Air signs, it is time for you to try and see where in your life things have become stagnant and start breaking free from those particular routines, either routine in energy, routine in attitudes, routine in just physically what you're doing every single day. Because that helps people to see that people can change. People don't always have to be the exact same person for the rest of their lives, because that's impossible. We can't be, because we're always changing, we're always evolving. You know, even our thoughts and our skin changes and grows. So do energetically do we change and grow. So it is up to air signs this week to prove to people, to show people, not really prove, but to show others that people can change. So do something out of the ordinary. Do a particular task out of the ordinary. If usually when it comes to, let's say, conflict, you're a I'm going to get back to this later kind of thing. Maybe this time, let's just resolve it right now. It may be really uncomfortable, but people won't expect that from you. And it may be, they'll be kind of taken aback, like, oh, well, they're wanting to resolve it right now. Okay, yeah, let's resolve it right now. And you may notice that it's actually a lot easier than you thought to resolve it now than to come back later, or vice versa. You know, so do something out of the ordinary, which is going to be out of your comfort zone, but it'll show that you can grow, and it'll show others that they can change as well and they can grow as well. So be the rebel. Do something different. Lead them. Let's see. Susie said, I have Cancer Capricorn, all about finding my independence. Nice. Lisa said, yay, I have Capricorn and Cancer. All right. Okay. So now we are going into the special question. Misha, hey. So the special question, this was the one that I post usually on a Thursday before our Sunday live chats, for our weekly chats. I ask you guys 4 questions. You guys vote on the question that you would like me to pull cards on. So I post it in the YouTube membership polls, the open public YouTube polls, and my Patreon page. So if you're a YouTube member or a Patreon, you're technically able to vote twice, because you can vote there, but you can also vote in the YouTube public poll. All right, so of the 4 questions, both Patreon voted for this particular question, and the public poll. You guys, for the majority, I think it was like 45% votes on this one. And this was, in what way are we blocking our abundance? So in what way are we blocking our abundance? And well, you know, we're kind of in the spring season. It's all about abundance. You're seeing abundance all around with bees and butterflies and bunnies and, you know, eggs and stuff, you know, from the birds up in the trees. Jonathan, hey, how are you? So he says, aloha, friends. Hey. All right, so how might we be blocking our abundance? Let's see, what deck do I want to use? I'm going to use the Druidcraft Tarot for this one. So again, this is James's trimmed version that I thought would be fancy schmancy to use. And edged, yes. The beautiful brown edging that matches the backs. Okay, so in what way are we blocking our abundance? You know, some people want abundance of money to come in. Some people would like just like a abundance of love to come in, or friendship, abundance of good feels to come in. In what way are we blocking our abundance, our abundant nature? Because as souls that come from source energy, we are abundance, we are power, we are magic, we are infinite. But then we get into these human bodies, and it seems like we forget all of that. Oh, okay, our card has popped out. So that looks like that is our message. So in what way are we blocking our abundance, our abundant nature? And we have the King of Cups here. Look at this dude. He's got a chalice full of water, yet he doesn't seem to be looking at it. He's like, what's next? What's next? All right. So what I'm getting from this jolly fellow here is sometimes when we have our eyes so set on the things that we want, we don't see all that's come in the interim. So let's say, for instance, like for me, James and I, we want to have a house on the property that, I got. And of course, I would love to have hashtag burning sage out there someday. And of course, I know that will be, it will be a retreat someday. But first, we have to have a house there so we can live there. In a tunnel vision sort of way, all I would be able to see is the house isn't there yet. The house isn't there yet. I just want the house. I just want the house. Okay. In the meantime, there's so much happening. There's a lot coming in. There's sales coming in with Desert Cauldron that is going to be helping with that. There's sales with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, people buying readings from me that is, helping towards that. There's people that, here during the live chats that donate with the super chat, stickers that are helping towards that. There are people physically trying to help our situation now so that we could have that house there someday. There's all of this wonderful kindness, abundance, people wanting to help, energy coming in, even just making friends with the cats in the neighborhood that once were skittish, but now they don't mind us so much. So it's all these wonderful things, these wonderful relationships, connections, all this stuff is coming in. And when we overly focus on, I want that one thing, we can disregard all of the lovely things that are coming in the meantime, and it may feel like things are stuck. And then when we get into that mindset of things are stuck, then yes, the energy we exude will be things will be stuck, things will be stuck, things will be stuck. So if you're wondering how to bring into more abundance into your life, is to really pay attention to the abundance that's coming in that may not be exactly what you want right now. Just in what form is abundance already coming into my life? It could be I have an abundance of fur baby friends that I've made in the neighborhood. It could be some new friends that I've made, human friends that I've made. It could be, an abundance of DMs on Instagram of people saying really nice things. It could be, it can come in so many forms, but that's up to you in your life to kind of journal or at least take stock of what's coming in that just feels so good. It may not be my ultimate goal, but wow, I wouldn't trade any of this other stuff that's coming in. It's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's great. And it allows yourself to be open to more abundance coming in and eventually the thing that you want, eventually. But if we get into this very narrow mindset of like, I just want that thing, I'm disregarding everything else that's coming in. Now we've put up a block. That thing is going to take so much longer to happen. And we end up blocking our abundance to that thing. Just like this man who is looking out for what's next. Where's the next great chalice full of water? Well, dude, you have a nice giant chalice full of water right here. In fact, you're surrounded by water. Why are you looking elsewhere? And it's okay to look ahead sometimes, but don't forget to look around at what you have. Let's see. Oh, let me go back here. Jonathan said, I think my guides brought me here for this question. Shadow C says, while my family and I had a Florida vacation, I went to a crystal shop in Miami and got a set of amethyst mala, a hematite ring, a bloodstone bracelet, and a selenite crystal ball stand. Dude. And then Susie was also reminding everybody that Jonathan makes some crystal jewelry. He makes some fabulous crystal jewelry, especially the ones with like the skulls on it. I love those. Those are awesome. And Misha said, I'm gonna put my first nicotine patch on tomorrow morning, so everyone please pray for me. I usually don't say things like that, but I am intimidated. So we are definitely putting some good vibes out there for you, Misha, some good healing vibes as you start the patch journey. I had an ex-boyfriend that actually, he was quitting smoking, and so I remember when it was a big deal, and he went to the nicotine patch, and he actually followed the instructions, each day that was, I think it was, what brand was he using? I forgot what brand he was using, but it came with a little pamphlet of like, today do this for yourself, today do this for yourself. So that way you're constantly rewarding yourself, kind of like actually the message in the card of, instead of looking at the end of your journey where, you know, there no longer be a dependence on, you know, nicotine on cigarettes. Instead, look at all the little things each day, all the little ways that you can praise yourself as you go through that journey. So I think it definitely connects. Let's see here. Da, da, da. Jonathan said, I had an acupuncture client reach out to me because his friend saw a comment of mine on a random YouTube video, and right after the AcuPLR treatment, he paid me for a tarot reading. That is fabulous. See? It's amazing. Misha's like, I'm going to buy so many decks. Oh my goodness. All right. So, all right, you guys are here in the chat today. You guys get to vote on the next question. All right, so we're gonna pull some cards here. Let's use the Wicked Egg Oracle. I mean, all right, Wicked Egg Oracle. I got this on gamecrafter.com, and this comes from the lovely lady that created the ice cream oracle. She actually comes from San Diego as well. So like we've, you know, been chit-chatting, and of course I want to support her and her decks because they're awesome. So the Wicked Egg Oracle. Here are your questions that you guys get to vote on. All right. So you guys will be able to vote with either a red heart emoji or a green heart emoji, depending on the question that you would like me to pull cards on. If you do not, or you're not able to get to your emojis, then just type the words green heart or red heart. All right. Let's see. Jonathan said AcuPLR is acupuncture-aided past life regression. Really? That sounds amazing. I'm going to look into that actually, because I'm like, really? That sounds amazing. I love past life regression, like stuff like watching videos on it, reading about it. The book Many Lives, Many Masters is like one of my favorite books ever. Lisa said, I finally set up my tarot channel, just have to post some content now. Woo woo! So Lisa, once you have some videos up, definitely post your link so that we can subscribe to your channel. Okay, here's the first question that you could vote on. So vote with a red heart emoji if you want to hear the answer to where or how am I keeping myself prisoner? The reason I bring up that question is because today is Tukan. Kan is the fisherman's net, which not only is how we affect things, but also the way that we imprison ourselves, both energetically, physically, or metaphorically. All right. The second question, vote with a green heart emoji if you would like to hear the answer to what rule is the collective consciousness questioning right now? What rule is the collective consciousness questioning right now? And the reason I asked that question is because we will end the week on 8 Ak. Ak is all about rules and laws as it pertains to the collective consciousness. All right, so again, vote with a red heart if you would like to hear the question, where or how am I keeping myself prisoner? Or vote with a green heart if you want to hear about what rule the collective consciousness is questioning right now. Okay, so do, 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 do. You guys go ahead and cast your votes. All right, some votes are coming in. Jonathan said, it's my own acupuncture system that I created during the shutdown of 2020. That sounds amazing. That is so cool. So definitely, yeah, let us, you know, if you want to talk more about it, I think that's amazing. All right, so here we go. We have 2 red hearts, 1 green heart, another red heart, another red heart, another red heart. Oh, 2 green hearts. Let's see, Shadow Seas, I'm wanting to see how much getting energy healing can help me when I get it done in person. Very cool. All right, and then we have another green heart and another green heart. All right, so it looks like we have 5 red hearts to 4 green hearts. Let me count again, make sure that I'm not off in my matematicas. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, 5 red hearts, and 1, 2, 3, 4 green hearts. All right, looks like we're going with the red hearts. Is that all the votes? Is that all the votes? All right, so it looks like, okay, Susie said hers is green, so it looks like we're going with the red hearts. All right. Okay. Oh, and then, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 green hearts. All right. So it looks like we're going with the red heart. And the red heart is, where or how am I keeping myself prisoner? Okie dokie. Like I said, we're going to use the Wicked Egg Oracle on that one. All right. How or where are we keeping ourselves prisoner? How or where are we keeping ourselves prisoner? How or where are we keeping ourselves prisoner? Okay, looks like we have our card. I'll put these back in the box just so they don't get mixed up with everything here. Okay, how or where are we keeping ourselves prisoner? We have heart confetti, flirtatious, infatuation. All right, give me a moment with this one. Okay. This is okay, it's kind of funny. All right. How or where we are keeping ourselves prisoner. FOMO, fear of missing out. So, when we'll do this for something that we almost all of us get FOMO on, tarot decks. We see a new tarot deck come out and everybody's talking about it. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is the best tarot deck ever. Like, look at the art. And there's a lot of beautiful art on tarot decks, right? You know, and we're like, ooh, you know, that's lovely art. I could see myself using it. I just need to have it in my hands. And then they say, oh, I'm only going to be printing 500 decks. Only 500 decks. And it sounds like a bazillion people want this deck. I need to have this deck. So then all of our mental energy and our focus becomes very narrow. All we can see is this one tarot deck. Whatever else is going on in our lives, that don't matter right now, because I need to get onto this Kickstarter, or I need to buy this one before I can't have this deck anymore. And then the deck comes and we're like, oh wow, it's so cool. Oh wow, there's a new deck coming out. And it's like all of a sudden, all the energy that we've put into this deck, you know, maybe it's fun for a while, but then it just kind of goes off to the wayside. And in the meantime, we had our energy so focused on this one thing that we disregarded everything else that was going on in our lives, you know, or, you know, where we could be putting our money and stuff like that. So I was just using tarot decks as an example because, you know, we're all mostly tarot readers here. So, FOMO as it pertains to any part of our lives, you know, like let's say, you know, it seems like, okay, let's go ahead and let's get into the realm of, you know, what people talking about these days on the Twitters and the Instagrams and all of that. Like it seems like everybody's jumping on the bandwagon for a particular cause. And I know YouTube is getting really weird and sensitive about certain words that we say during our live chat. So a particular cause, let's say there is some humanity issues occurring elsewhere in the world. And it seems like, oh my gosh, I need to jump onto this issue because that seems what everybody is looking at right now. And yes, there are some big issues in the world. And so a lot of people are like, oh, I have to donate money and I have to donate my money. And then the focus becomes so narrow, not seeing the broader scope of, well, what else is going on in that particular situation, that particular part of the world. But also, don't forget all the rest of the parts of the world, you know, and things that are going on. So it's okay to obviously care about particular things and wanting to help out, but not to the point where we're disregarding any and all other information that might be coming in about that or anything else that might be going on in the world. So just be careful of the FOMO. So where we might be keeping ourselves prisoner in a particular mindset or a particular energy is when it becomes all consuming. That one thing consumes us and our energy and our thought process and where we put all our manifestation, where we just kind of forget about everything else that is around us and in our own lives. So just watch out for the FOMO, you guys. All right, let's see, let's go back here. Michelle said, such a great example. Shadow sees, I never go with the herd when it comes to tarot or oracle decks. Butterfly Love Child said, I get FOMO with witchcraft books. Susie loves the message. FOMO with crypto. Jonathan said, PLR, past life regression. I use gold acupuncture needles to activate specific chakras and other energy centers to help my patients to be able to dive deeper than just the guided meditation by itself. That is amazing. Jonathan said, yikes, I feel called out with the FOMO being so focused on the new decks. So yeah, in wherever that's showing up in your lives, whether it's something that's going on in the news, whether it's something that's going on with tarot decks or whatever it may be, just be careful of the, I need to go with everybody else right now because I'm missing out. I'm missing out on something. And, you know, it's a very human trait. You know, you want to feel like you're a part of something, but don't let that feeling of wanting to be a part of something narrow your focus to the point that you don't see everything else. All right. Jonathan says, I also get FOMO with crystal skulls. Michelle says, I'm totally being called out too. I just canceled 2 Kickstarters because it was definitely a FOMO, gotta have it now situation. Dude. The Wicked Egg Oracle calling all y'all out. Okay, let's go ahead and put this right there. All right. So I would like to do a healing for you guys. So go ahead and find yourselves a nice comfortable spot. If you guys want to lay down, Silver Star, I think you're at work. Maybe you can't lay down at work, but get comfortable in your chair. So you guys get nice and comfy. With this healing, my intention is to basically break up the energy that is surrounding you right now so that you can release or bring in that which you see for your best and highest good. So what is it that you would like to release right now for this week? What is it that you would like to bring in? Would your focus like to be on FOMO, releasing that fear of missing out energy and bringing in the present energy and what you have all around you, maybe focusing on the abundance around you instead of the abundance that you do not yet have, as you know, the messages were this week. It also could be the theme card that we had for this week from Wally's World, where it was maybe releasing the idea that those that are younger than us or look a particular way don't have a point of view that is valid or experience that is valid. So maybe where do I need to release those you know, preconceived notions, and where can I bring in more of entertaining other people's points of view and thoughts, even if they differ greatly from our own. At least we are an open channel and we're listening, and we're going to filter that through our higher selves and through our heart. Okay, so whatever it is that you guys want to release or bring in, that is your focus. I'm just going to work on breaking up the energy for you guys so that that is possible. Okay, so let's get nice and comfy. I'm going to have another sip of tea. Maybe several sips. Okay. And I am going to bust out my quartz tuning fork in a moment. And I will use my drum. But we'll go with the drum first. All right. Start taking nice deep breaths in. Filling up your lungs, your diaphragm, stomach, and release. Release so the belly button goes all the way to the spinal cord. Full release. In again. Sit up nice and tall. And release. And you can do in through the nose, out through the mouth, or whatever is comfortable for you. And on your next inhalation, start thinking about what you would like to bring in this week. What mindset, what energy, what emotion, what feeling do you want to bring in this week? And on every exhale, think about what you are releasing. What mindset, fear of missing out, what is it that you would like to release? And as we've just had our full moon, you can also focus on the moon's energy as now The moon will be going into a waning phase post full moon. So the moon is also going into a releasing phase. You can tap into that energy to release. Okay, continue breathing. The roots are coming down from your legs, your posterior, roots going down, down, down into Mama Gaia's soil, that beautiful, warm, fertile soil, connecting with all the other roots of every other thing on this planet. Not just the plants, but every animal, every crystal, every person, everything. Okay, and as the roots go deeper and mix in with every root system on this floating orb, we get closer to the warmth at the core of the earth. This is the heartbeat of the earth. This is Mama Gaia's Koyopa energy. And once you have found it, allow your roots to connect with, surround, wrap around this core energy. And know that as you are connected, you are protected. You are Gaia's child as much as you are Source's child. You are firm, you are grounded, your energy is stable. Continue breathing. And as the chakras open up, Source energy comes down. Down through your crown, down through your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, down through your ground star chakra, down through your roots, connecting into the core of the earth. You have an opportunity to be a wonderful conduit of energy. You are not only a piece of the earth, but you are also a piece of Source. So these two energies swirling, combining with the duality of the number 2 today within your own body. Source coming down, earth coming up. Feel the mixture of those energies and continue to focus on that which you're bringing in and that which you are releasing. And as you continue breathing, visualizing, and focusing on your intentions, I will begin beating on the drum. So continue visualization. I'm going to use the crystal tuning fork. You won't hear much from the fork. It'll just be mostly a vibration. I'll try to put it near the microphone so you guys can hear a little bit. Here we go. All right, continue focusing on your breath and try to bring your breath back into your body. You can start wiggling your fingers and your toes. And when you feel ready, go ahead and open your eyes, bring yourself fully back into the present. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that healing. I love being able to bust out my drum. Let's see. Let's go back here. Missed a bunch of comments. Shadow sees, I don't have FOMO with much. If I do have it, I'm not conscious about what. Jonathan said, oh geez, 91 crystal skulls, not counting my wearable crystal grid necklaces. Dude, that's amazing. I want to see your crystal skull collection. Misha says, I got to record now so I can get ready for Easter dinner. Love you all. All right, Misha, have a wonderful dinner. Lisa said, we can learn a lot from younger generation, I have discovered. So everybody wishing Misha a wonderful Easter dinner. James Jones says, I totally need a drum. Well, hello, and welcome. This is, hi, I'm glad YouTube finally recommended this channel. I haven't seen it in ages. All right, very cool, very cool. And Shadow C says, I don't have a specific question. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to pull a card for you as well. Susie said the screen was changing. So cool. Really? I had my eyes closed for a moment, and I was watching the light kind of go up and down, so that was kind of cool. And Divine Starseed is here. Hello. All right, so for super chats and super stickers, Shadow Seas has donated for super chats and super stickers. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you then. You said you didn't have a specific question, so maybe we'll just go into a general question then. I'll use the Food Fortunes Tarot. If you guys want to jump in on this, just go ahead and do a super chat or super sticker, and I'll pull a card for you specifically. All right, so thank you so much, Shadow Seas. It truly does mean a lot to me, and I thank you to everyone who's helped to support this channel and what I do here. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, so let's go ahead, Shadow Seas. Let's get you a card here. Love the Food Fortunes. Like I said, it's more of an oracle deck, but it's kind of sort of tarot-y. All right. Get into this. Shadow Seas. All right, Kayla also would like a question, a message from her doggy. Of course. Susie's like, my phone died. Be right back. Okay. So Shadow Seas. All right. We have the extra firm one, and I guess this would sort of correlate with the Judgment card, as it is card number 20. But let's see here. Okay. All right. So, yay! Divine Star C said, much love, everyone. Happy to see you all doing well. Same here, same here. All right, Shadow Seas, this is what I got for you. Okay, I know that you're pretty watery energy. You know, you're got a lot of mermaid energy going on. You're pretty chill. You know, go with the flow kind of person. Um, but I'm just getting here that there might be a particular situation in which you might have to be a little bit more firm. I know that, like I said, you're easy peasy, just go with the flow, and that's great. It's good to have that kind of stuff, you know, whatever, water rolls off the duck's back kind of attitude. But there are other instances in our lives where we do need to put our foot down and we need to be a bit more firm, even when it comes to our boundaries, especially around the people that we love. And so, whatever particular situation this is, and I'm really getting that it's a family situation, that it's very easy sometimes to pretend like certain things don't bother us and just be like, oh, well, that's just the way they are, and you know, and then we don't do much about it. But the person's energy and their attitude don't change when we do that. They just feel that it's okay with us, and so they just kind of continue acting in that fashion. So do work on really setting your boundaries, putting your foot down. Doesn't mean you need to be mean to anybody or anything. By no means does this mean being angry or mean or getting into an argument, but just being a bit more firm on what is and is not okay and how certain people talk to you or treat you. And it can be done with a smile, you know, but definitely it's just kind of a working on boundaries. But I see this mostly with family, which is sometimes the hardest place to put our boundaries because we love these people and we don't wish to hurt their feelings. But in the process, we have to be mindful of our own self-love and our own feelings. So, yeah, I hope this connects with you. Let me go back here. Oh, Michelle, yay, thank you. And I'll also pull a card for you as well. So we'll have Kayla, the Michelle. That says a message from my guides about the business I'm birthing. Thank you. Kayla said, my sister is with me and would like a message from Eco for her after me. Excellent, will do. Susie said, back, wishing everyone a wonderful Easter or whatever you may celebrate. Michelle was saying tofu, that's cute. All right, so Shadow Seas, again, I hope that connects with you. And we'll go into Michelle, or not Michelle, Kayla, then Michelle, and then Kayla again. All right, so let's go here. So a message from your doggo. Okay, Eco. And a card did just come out. I'm gonna leave that card there because I want to just kind of connect with the dog's energy. So Eco. Okay, Kayla, before I even look at that card that just came out, what I'm seeing your dog do is chase its own tail, but getting frustrated, kind of like, I don't know if your dog actually did this, but this is more like probably just a metaphor for something, but it's like the dog spinning around in circles, trying so desperately hard to chomp that tail, to bite that tail, and getting so frustrated that the tail keeps getting away, not knowing that the tail is connected to his bum. So, you know, kind of like, you know how dogs like snort, like, you know, getting frustrated. So this kind of being a message for you, kind of where you might be getting frustrated, chasing something over and over again, not realizing that sometimes it's the energy that we exude might push something farther away because we want it so badly. And we get that, the messages that I was pulling for previously about getting that FOMO, you know, where it's like tunnel vision. I want that thing so bad, but instead of pausing and reflecting on everything else that's going on around you and all of the abundance that's already coming in, we would never realize that that tail is indeed attached to us. And you know, and we could stop at any time and be like, why am I chasing this tail? You know, so that's just the first message coming in from your dog is just be careful of getting frustrated, chasing the tail, not realizing that it is connected to you, and just take into account of everything else that's going on around you. And when you do, you realize you have the tail. You've had the tail all along. Okay, so now let's take a look at the card that your dog pulled for you. So this is more of a cups card. I guess it would be like the 9 of cups, and this is the thickest. Silver Star says, okay, I better go. I'm lagging. Oh my goodness. So I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Have a great day at work. Let's see, let's go back here. Susie was wishing Michelle lots of success. And Silver Star says, shoot, I gotta go, but lots of love and hugs. Have a beautiful day. Loves and hugs. Same to you. Yay! And yay. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so the other message from the dog with this 9 of cups, I guess definitely kind of goes on to what I was already saying about the dog chasing its tail. When you stop, the dog stops, looks down, realizes, oh, that tail is connected to me. Juliana, yes, there is a list, but you can, to get on the list, just have to do a super chat or super sticker. So you'll notice kind of some multicolored questions that have come through, and those are the people doing super chats and super stickers. So go ahead and just do one of those, and then you could type your question either into the super chat or the super sticker, and I will put you on the list. All right, so there's just so much else going on besides the thing that you've been desperately wanting to bring into your life. When the dog takes a chance to sit down and say, oh, well, my tail was connected to me, and then you look up and you realize, oh, there's birds and there's this and that. I have toys laying around. Your dog's kind of showing me all of these things that you have so much already around you. People, energy, animals, even if they're not your animals, just animals in general, outside, that there's so much at your disposal and there for you. When you recognize those things, that thing that you've been desperately trying to get will seem like it's not so far away anymore. It just seems like it's starting to flow in that much easier because we're not pushing it away with, I don't have it yet, I don't have it yet, I don't have it yet. Kind of like the dog chasing the tail. So hopefully, Eco, this message connects with you. And I love that malt, by the way, the thickest. Heck yeah. You are thick with abundance, girl. All right. Let's see. Let's go back here. I believe Michelle was next, and Michelle was asking a message from your guides about the business that you're starting. All right. So let's take a look at that. Okay. All right, Michelle, the business that you are starting. The business that you are starting. Okay. All right. I knew somebody was going to get this card, but I wasn't sure who it was going to be. All right, so we have the split. And this one, I guess you could see is like a 10 of swords, I suppose. All right, let me just go back here. Kayla's over there laughing. Thank you. All right, Michelle, so for your business, give me just a moment with this, with your guides. Okay, Michelle, coming in loud and clear. Okay, does this banana split not look awesome? I mean, it's got everything. Much like you have everything. You have the knowledge, you have the talent, you have the people skills, you have the personality for the thing that you're doing. But there's this worry that somehow you're not enough, that what I'm doing is not enough? What if I can't do it? What if it's not successful? There's all these what if. And your guides are saying, you are all of this and some, and a couple of cherries on top. You have everything. The only thing stopping you from this becoming successful in whatever way you judge success to be is your mindset. Because like I said previously, you have everything. You have the personality, you have the brains, you've got the skills, you've got it all in this business venture. But if the mindset is something could go wrong, well then, since our thoughts and our words are manifestations, something of course will go wrong. And we can't stop things from going wrong in general. That's how we grow, and that's how your business grows, and that's how you become better. That's how the business evolves. So there will be hiccups along the way, but don't look at it as a reflection of I shouldn't have done it, or I should have done this better. It's okay, a hiccup came, and now we're going to shift it. Now the business is even better, and you've learned more. Now there's more in your tool belt, so that you can become ultimate boss lady is what I'm getting. So your guides definitely have your back. That this is the right time for you to do this. You're on the right track. Things are going to go great. Will things be perfect? Perpetually perfect? Of course not. But you have the skills to be able to overcome those obstacles. You have the know-how to be able to overcome them. And if at the time you feel like you don't have the know-how, you will learn. And then in the future, when that problem arises again, now you know how to work around it, or now you know how to fix it. So a lot of thumbs up coming from your guides right now. They're like, Michelle has got this. So let's see. Let me go back here. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. Divine Starseed said, I've been drawn to these cards before. This is making me want to get them now. And Shania, hey. All right, so, oh, you're Kayla's sister. All right, so you're next. I got a message for you. This is, yes, with lessons you find the blessings. Beautiful message. So, Michelle, you got this. You're going to do great. You have the skills. Whatever comes your way, you're going to know how to deal with it. You're going to be just fine. Seriously, 100. All right. Let's go into, all right. So, back to Kayla's sister, Shayna. All right. So, a message for Shayna from Eco. All right. So, here we go. All right. And I hope I'm pronouncing everybody's name correctly. Sorry. All right, so Shayna, here we go. Let me just tap into Eco real quick. Okay, so Shayna, before I even pull a for you, what I'm getting, I'm seeing your guys' dog walking between the two of you, and Eco looking up at you, making sure you're happy, looking up at you, making sure you're happy, like just like looking back and forth. And the message I'm getting with that is kind of feeling like you are the constant diplomat, that making sure that everybody else is happy. Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? And it can be very exhausting to make sure that everybody around you is happy and doing well. If you see them arguing, ooh, I have to make sure that I help them to resolve this argument, you know, that you feel that you need to be the one to help to fix everything. Are you happy? Are you happy? And by doing this, you don't see what's right in front of you for your own happiness, because you're so worried about everybody else's happiness, and taking away your energy for your own manifestations and the things that you would like to bring into your life. It doesn't mean not to care about other people. Of course, you know, we're human beings. We care about those that we love, but not to take it to such an extreme that you forget about your own happiness by trying to have everybody else meet their goals, make them happy. So I just see the dog like getting dizzy, like looking back and forth. Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? Okay, so now let's go ahead and pull a card. I just wanted to get that little extra message out there. Oh, okay. Well, your puppy is very talkative, so I'm gonna have him bring it down to 1 card instead of 5. Okay, 1 card, 1 card. Here we go, Ego. Ooh, we have the Queen of Sweets. So this is kind of like the Queen of Swords, sort of. All right, so Queen of Sweets. And we have this wonderful chocolate cake. And it's exactly, it's going along with the message that I just said about your dog. So you are a sweet, kind person. You know, you're like this. You're like chocolate cake. You have a lot. When people see you, they notice that you are sweet. You're kind. But sometimes people want to take advantage of that. You know, they rely upon you to help them fix their problems or to make them feel happy. So hence getting sometimes surrounded by emotional vampires. They don't mean to be emotional vampires. It's just they know that you're so sweet and you're so good, and they feel so good around you. They want to be around you. They want a piece of that sweetness. And you notice like big chunks of this cake have already been taken away. There's people who just want a piece of that. They want a piece of that. And this is where you have to work on boundaries, where yes, I do want to help people, but not at the expense of my own energy, my own well-being, and my own happiness. I can't have my happiness reliant on other people's happiness. You know, they decide if they want my help. Of course, they'll come and help, but I'm not going to do things for them. I'm just here to help them. So this is what your dog is really wanting for you, is to remember your boundaries. Remember, yes, you're a sweet and kind person, but that doesn't mean that everybody is allowed to have a piece of you just because you're sweet and kind. You know, that people want to take advantage of that. They don't mean to be mean. Oftentimes these are people that love us. They're not trying to be mean. All they know is that they feel good around you and they want a piece of that. And again, not coming from any sort of maliciousness or, you know, unkind. But you do have to put that boundary there, saying, hey, you can't always take a piece of my cake, okay? If I would like to offer help, yes, I'll come help you. But ultimately, you have to help yourself. I can't do everything for you. Okay, so I hope that message connects with you. Let's see, let's go back here. Shadow sees later is heading to my boyfriend's house. All right, you have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a great week, by the way. Jonathan says, have to get going. Sending lots of aloha to you all. Thank you. You're very welcome. See you later. Michelle said, love banana splits. Thank you. Very true, and so grateful for the extra love messages. So glad that connected. And Shayna said, wow, thank you. All right, so thank you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to pull these cards for you guys here today, not only for the general messages for the week, but all those people that did the super chats and super stickers, so I could pull your personal messages as well. So thank you all, and let's go into closing up this circle. I know you guys got plans for today. Some people, you know, have some Easter stuff to do. Some people are just having a kickback, chill Sunday. Some people are planning for their week, and some of you guys are going to just go out and go catch some sun. So let's go ahead and close up this circle. I would like to grab my wand here, and I'm going to thank all of the elementals, starting at the north. Susie said, we love you. Have a beautiful Easter with James. Thank you so much. And like I said, you guys, I made this wand for me, but I'm probably going to be putting it in Desert Cauldron at a particular point. So, hey, if you guys want to buy my goofy wand off of me, I thought it was cool at the time, you know. I mean, the Cacoxenite, dude, this is a powerful stone. Okay, so let's go ahead and close her up. So I'm just imagining the blue light that I cast out earlier is coming back into the tip of the wand, and we're going to put that back into Mama Gaia. So thanking the elementals in the north for helping us to cast our circle today. Thanking the elementals in the west for helping us to cast our circle today. Thanking the elementals in the south for helping us to cast our circle today. And thanking the elementals of the east for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you. Our work is complete. And so it is. All right, thank you guys so much. I do want to do a bit of a thanks. I always like to do my gratitudes and my thanks, at the end. Lisa saying blessed Easter, blessed Sunday, and blessed be. Yes, same to you all, no matter what it is that you guys are doing today, whether you're celebrating a holiday or just celebrating Sunday. I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Thank you to everybody who came into the chat today. Thank you guys for all of your love, your comments, all the thumbs ups, all the people who have subscribed to this channel. Thank you to everybody who donated today, the super chats and the super stickers. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me. I love being able to pull these cards for you. These are why I love doing the live chats. And by the way, starting next week on Wednesday, I believe it is, I'm going to start doing the monthly astrological readings again. So it'll be 12 days each zodiac sign each day for the month of May. So we'll already be going into May. Like, that's crazy. So we'll start off with our Aries. I'll make sure to post the schedule up on YouTube so you can find your sign and then join in on that day. I'll do them in the evening again, so it'll be 7 p.m. my time, and my time is technically Mountain Standard Time, but Arizona never changes its time. So we're actually on the same time as Pacific Standard Time right now. So Kayla saying, thank you. You're welcome, you guys. Thank you so much. And Susie said, Taurus season almost. I know. And two of my really good friends, they are Taurians. So, so their birthdays are going to be coming up rather soon. And thank you to everybody who is thinking about the YouTube memberships. All the people have done, maybe one-time payments through PayPal Me, have donated money for my kitten's birthdays. And speaking of May birthdays, actually, by the way, next month is Loki's birthday. Loki is going to be 8 years old. This is my little panther. Definitely going to send him some goodies, and especially, with the donations that you've done, those go to my kittens too. So I send them gifts. So not only is it the roof over my head and everything like that, because this is my job, but of course the kittens as well. And thank you to my Patreons and everybody who's gone through the Leon Mystery School or bought things through Desert Cauldron. So my Patreon homies by name: Michelle and Surian and Brandy and Samara and Kirsten and V and Brian and Kayla and the Silver Wheel Witch and Jason. Thank you all so very much. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and head off, figure out what I'm gonna do with this Sunday. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day as well. All right, guys, catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.